All right, you guys, Hey, buenos dias, ¿qué pasó, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, John's Moto Garage. Today we're going to do a quick update on the YouTube Moto Flip project. I'm going to go over the most recent bike that I bought and sold. We'll discuss what I paid for it, how much I sold it for, what my profits are. And if you're new to the channel, don't worry, I'll do a quick recap to get everybody up to speed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so for starters, let's address the elephant in the room. Many of you have probably noticed I'm not at my garage, and no, it's not that Jackie kicked me out of the house. I'm actually on the road again for a travel work contract, so I can't really disclose where I'm at or what I'm doing. Maybe at some point in the future we'll go over that, but here I am once again in a hotel room. All right, the YouTube Moto Flip project. So it's a pretty simple premise. Basically, I'm starting out with 2,500 bucks, and the idea is to buy slash sell slash trade my way up to my dream motorcycle. A lot of people have asked what my dream bike is. I'm not sure yet. There's a lot of options. You've got the new Honda Rebel 1100. You've got the Harley Pan America. I've always thought it would be cool to have a Harley Road Glide, like a stun bagger setup. You've got the new Triumph Trident. There's tons of awesome options out there. I want to save up 15 to 20K just from this project. All right, so a quick recap. The first bike I bought, I went out and found for 2,500 bucks was a 2010 Triumph Thunderbird. This was a beautiful bike. Kind of a fluke, not one you're typically gonna find in that price range. Awesome motorcycle. Paid 2,500 bucks for it. Turned around, sold it for $4,250. So we made 1,750 bucks on that first bike. Next bike I went and purchased was a 2011 or 13 Yamaha Striker. That bike I paid $3,100 for. Sold that one for 4,200 bucks. So I made $1,100 on that second motorcycle. So the initial 2,500 bucks, we've already turned into 5,350 bucks in just two motorcycles. The third bike I bought was a 1998 Honda Magna. Paid only $1,800 for that motorcycle. It was a kind of a headache. Put a link below for the video so you can check that out. I did end up selling that after a month, and we were able to make 600 bucks on the Honda Magna. I sold that one for $2,400. So we took our total profits from $2,850, add 600 to that. So now we're at $3,450 total profits, and we've taken that 2,500 bucks, and now it's turned into $5,950 was the the budget. Now here's the cool thing: even though we have almost 6,000 bucks, doesn't mean you have to spend all of that on a motorcycle. In fact, when I had that $1,800 dumped into the Honda Magna, because I had more cash available, I went and picked up a Honda Valkyrie, and that's the fourth bike for the Moto Flip project. Was a 2003 Honda Valkyrie. I've done a couple videos on that, you can check it out. Super cool motorcycle, kind of a headache bike for flipping. It's not the best bike, and I'll do a video kind of going over why that's the case, but we'll save that for another video. The Honda Valkyrie I paid only $3,300 for. Smoking deal. Beautiful bike, ran awesome. That thing is super cherry, and I had it listed initially for 5,300 bucks, and I had people coming and looking at it, but I ended up having the opportunity to travel to Vegas for work. I was gonna be gone for 6 weeks, and that kind of came out of nowhere. Once I found out I was going to Vegas, I was like, dude, I don't want this Honda Valkyrie with 6 carburetors. I don't want that bike sitting in the garage for 6 weeks while I'm gone. And so 3 days before I left for Vegas, I basically dropped the price from $5,300 down to $3,800, kind of did the classic fire sale. I said, if I can get rid of it before I leave, I'll do that. That way I'm not worrying about it, and it's not gonna be sitting there for, a month and a half. And sure enough, I listed it, say on a Friday. Next morning, I had a dude come out and pay cash for that bike. So I only made 500 bucks on the Valkyrie. Could have made more if I had the time. All right, so if we do the math, we started with $2,500, and now we're sitting with $6,450 as our kind of capital cash fund for the dream motorcycle. And total profits from just those 4 motorcycles, we're looking at 3,950 bucks. Now, those first 2 bikes, I got really good deals on them, kind of got lucky. I don't usually make that much on individual motorcycles. I usually aim to make at least 800 bucks per. So I did really good on my first 2 motorcycles, not so awesome on those second 2, but bear in mind, the second 2 bikes I was able to pick up at the same time because I got them for such cheap prices. So I did, twice the work, but we were able to make still 1,100 bucks between those 2 bikes. So we're doing okay. Now, I was in Vegas for 6 weeks. I came home for 4 days, and then I hit the road again. In that 4-day period, I was looking for bikes. I did find a really nice Yamaha VMAX, the price was pretty good on that bike. I had the VMAX before, first generation, wasn't a huge fan, but I want to give it another shot. I think the bike that I had was just kind of left a bad taste because I wasn't smart with my purchase. It was a bad purchase. So I was looking at the VMAX, unfortunately didn't pan out just because I had to hit the road again, but I will be constantly looking, and when I'm back in town, whenever that is, I'm definitely gonna pick up another motorcycle, and we've got $6,400 plus to get another bike. Cool thing is, again, I don't have to spend all $6,000. I could just buy 2 bikes for $3,000 or whatever, you know, however you want to do it. There are options. Now, here's the thing with this like Moto Flip project, this isn't necessarily something anybody's going to be able to go out and do. I understand that. It's just to demonstrate though how if you're creative and if you kind of hustle or do different things on the side, that you are able to take $2,500 and kind of work your way up to something else. I understand depending on where you live, this may not be an option, depending on what the market is. You know, there's a lot of different variables that come into play. Arizona happens to be one of the states where the weather year round is good for riding. You've got a market for buying and selling pretty much year round. And then also as far as the title transactions and all that stuff, it's pretty easy to kind of do this type of thing. Now, I'm not a legal advisor, so if this is something you want to go out and do your research, make sure you know what you're doing, make sure you're complying with all the laws and regulations or whatever. Most importantly, have fun doing it. But there you have it, you guys, up to speed on the YouTube Moto Flip project. Drop a comment below, let me know what you guys think. What is your dream bike? If you could get any motorcycle, what would it be? And stay tuned for updates to come as soon as I'm back in Arizona. Now, you may be wondering what I'm doing here. Like I said, I'm here for work, undisclosed location, can't tell you where I'm at just due to contractual, you know, agreements and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm back on the road. Jackie's back at home with the kiddos, taking care of them. It's a sacrifice across the board, but I'll be back home in Arizona soon enough and back to business as usual. I've got a ton of footage that I'll be able to put together as time permits. So still plenty of content to come on the channel. It's just gonna be a little different format since I'm on the road. I appreciate all the support, you guys. Like, subscribe if you dig it. You can hit me on Instagram at John's Moto Garage and drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. We'll catch you next time. Adios. Hasta luego. Nos vemos.
Man, even that sound, jeez, sounds awesome.